So what about all the people that say, why don't black people in general, why don't we just study American history? Why don't we just integrate black history as a part of American history? Does it have to be a separate...
I wish we could do that. When you say American history, by default, that's white history. Up until fairly recently, I'm thinking like the 70s, you did not have the inclusion of the black perspective in history in this country. You know, and now we're going backwards. Like even the strides that were made in the 70s, 80s, 90s, with including all of these, the scholarship about blackness, in Florida now, that is like against the law. We have these different courses and these different sections of information because we have been excluded from what we call the mainstream. Mainstream does not always mean true. Mainstream just means what white people want to know. I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. That's what mainstream means.
We're learning that Thomas Jefferson is a hero. And then there's a side note in the book that says, oh, he had slaves, he had this, and he had that. And it's like, wait a second, like, who were his slaves? What color were they? Why is Thomas Jefferson a hero while simultaneously enslaving people that look like me?
And why is the person who wrote the Declaration of Independence also wrote one of the most racist documents, the Notes on the State of Virginia?
1782.
1782. How could this exist? That's gonna be like several podcasts. Talk about when we went to DC with those students. And look, every monument that they had no signage. You can walk up to it and you can just, be yourself. When you get to the Jefferson Monument, there was a sign saying no protest. I'm like, why? Why this one? And even the students were asking, why this one? I'm like, well, in case you wanted to know. And that's when you and I, we kind of like let off. You started off giving like the history, and then you threw it to me. And you said, well, Professor Domingo, what do you think? and I said, man, F Jefferson, right? And then the students were like, what the heck? And then we went into reading the quotes that they had and all of these things about life, liberty, and the rights of man and stuff. And I'm like, at the same time he was talking about all of these rights of human beings, he was one of the most brutal slave owners. So where does all of that talk come in at, right?